Alright, welcome, citizens one and all, to the Bloomin' Spring update, and what we're going to talk about today is getting into the new level of Deep Mine to get things like emeralds, cool new loot, so there's that diving helmet, etc. But I couldn't find a ruby, so we're going to start off with this. You can now break these emeralds and rubies to get something called shards. You need emerald shards to go down to the Deep Mine. It is the key to get into the new tier of the Deep Mine. So let's take our emerald shards and let's go over here and set up to go down. We'll talk over what's smart to take, and then we'll go in. Let's leave these emerald ones here for now, as we don't need them. So you would come up to this key machine here, right click and say yes, I want to put 4 shards in. So you get 3 shards per ruby, or 3 shards per emerald, and it takes 4 shards total, so you have to break at least 2 rubies to go down to the new tier of the Deep Mine, like that. I think we have a key here. Yeah, I was short on keys. Okay, there we go. Now we've done that, I typically like to just set the rubies to this side here. Yeah, excuse me, we're going to redesign this whole area, so like that. We've used the ruby pieces, we're good to go. We've got our food, got a spare weapon. I keep bringing this shovel in case I find something to do, but nothing yet. So let's go on down. A gear review here. You have to bring an alpha weapon. Things are very strong down here. I only have the spear right now in this playthrough. Absolutely bring an alpha weapon, bring a spare weapon, and bring another spare weapon. The bat zapper, don't get used to using it. It will be not able to work in Deep Mine level 2. It's just a little too much cheese. James was watching me play last night and thought I could cheese it too easily. I don't necessarily disagree, so get used to doing this tier of the Deep Mine without the bat zapper. But let's go on down and we'll talk about how things are going on, what's going on. Make sure you bring your Spinifex resin because it does refill the miner's helmet. Let's go on out. And right off the bat, we've already got a new friend. And he's a strong one. Make sure you bring really good food, too. And here's the new creepy flower thing. So the loot table is not fully established for these monsters yet, but as you can see, there's just loot everywhere. There's these new glow buttons, all sorts of cool stuff, vines everywhere, which you will need for crafting. This is all ancient wood, so you need to bring the chainsaw or an axe to deal with that. No loot table for that yet, and I'm not sure if that's going to change or not, but coming through here, chopping these little trees down, stuff like this. This is going to give you a chance for the lily pad seeds, etc. So, and here's another good example of something cool. That is an emerald, which we will take the emerald shards for. And then, if you did not know, you can also loot these stone lanterns, which I absolutely love how they look. So here we go. Our first stop off is going to be this new E-room. As you can see here, there's a new type of chest in here with stone wand. Nice. So these chests down here drop such better loot, such different loot, and they even drop a new resource called Braconium, which is necessary for the major upgrades that you're now able to make. But more on that later. We're just going to kind of wander and showcase the enemies down here, showcase what we found out so far. If you really want to run from things too, you have to swim or fly across water to break contact. But again, like always, like the first layer of the Deep Mine, you can avoid a big portion of the combat. So if you don't want to get in the fight, don't get in that fight. Just avoid it. Here we go. Here's some new enemies here. These are the grubs that appear down here. I don't always like to use my good alpha weapon on them, but to break the homes they come out of, I'll do that, and then I'll swap and finish off any stragglers with that. And we got another chest already, so, oh my gosh. 4 candle hats? What are the odds there? The moose saddle. And as always, you can take these chests, and I'm not really collecting the stone lanterns because I have a bunch already from runs on the stream last night. So, let's keep on moving. There's a lot of unique stuff here. Let me see. There's one thing that I've not shown yet, which is pretty important. Let's see if we can find some. Actually meant to do it earlier in the video, but I forgot to. Oh, and if you didn't know, you can just break up the path now with the jackhammer, which is pretty cool. Let's see if we can find what I'm after, though. Let's get the microphone a bit closer, too. Yeah, we're looking on this type of ground. Let's see if we can find a spot here. Oh, boy, okay. Hello, friend. Gosh, okay. I don't think those things have a loot table yet. But we're just gonna avoid. And again, remember to cut down stuff like this because it'll give you different seeds. You can, of course, also loot the lily pads out. I've not had the best luck with doing that yet. I think it's the shovel. That's why I brought the shovel along. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's the shovel. Nope, nope. We'll mess with that later. We're busy dying right now. That's the new frilly, by the way. Okay, so what I like to do is just kind of jump from key room to key room. That's my favorite thing to do at this point. There is a new resource down here called, oh, look at that. Another diving helmet. Ah, this right here, the Berconium, which you need just massive, massive amounts of that. Like, so much, it's not even funny. Let's set some stuff down here. We will show off all these new items in another video. I'm not going to spoil it all in one go. But all of this is lootable. The lily pads, everything down here is easily accessible with the right tools. And as you can see, it's much more different to navigate in a very unique, very, very unique change to the deep mine. Like previously, like the first tier was very easy. This one, much more difficult, and I would argue that maybe even the difficulty could use to go up a bit more. I say that as I'm half dead, but take a good food and that all changes, of course. Something else is chasing me. Now these larger lily pads too, remember you can jump across them. Just nice. But there's a bug currently as well with the glow buttons when you plant them topside. Ah, here we go. That's what I'm looking for. This is marble right here. That off color very much blends in, but that is how you find marble. And you will need a good amount of it as there's cool new marble craftables. Yeah, look at that. There's some more. There we go. That's what I'm after. That's what I've been trying to show y'all the whole time, and I keep missing it. Yeah, very cool. And it can get put under the branches, like right there. I think there's a piece under here, too. No, that's it. Okay. Looked like it had gone up under there. Nope, that's all for now. Oh, hello. Excuse me. Let's hit him with this. And see, this is why I advise alpha weapons, because it's just that easy. You absolutely need to grind those alpha kills and make sure you can use alpha weapons down here. Yeah, see, now that you know what you're looking for, it's pretty easy to find, and it's everywhere. I love it. I love it. There's some cool marble stuff to make too. I've gotten 1 or 2 recipes unlocked already. And we'll show that off as well because I want to keep the inventory space available. So the blueprints, you just left click. And it teaches you something. Plant flowers in a perfectly good wheelbarrow. That's a new one. We'll have to build that out and show that off too. Oh, uh-oh, excuse me, excuse me. And that's about all there is to really show. I know this is a really quick review, and we will do a little more in-depth of a guide, but I just want to do a quick... This is more of a quick showcase to show off everything new down here. Obviously, there's a lot of lootables I've not entirely covered yet. Almost everything in the cave itself is lootable to some degree or another. And here we go. See cutting aggro right there, just across the water. That's always good to keep up with. And more marble. When same rules apply, it still goes at midnight. Everything still shuts down, etc. So there we go. But we will talk a little bit more advanced on how to fight the enemies and how to stay alive down here. But things to stock and prepare for. You absolutely need as much ruby as possible. Start saving those rubies. You'll be breaking all of them apart because it takes 4 shards each run. And you're gonna be doing that a lot to be able to come down here. So keep that in mind. Absolutely get every alpha weapon if you can. And also good food. So make sure you're doing those all the crops every season, as many as you can. Get ready to make that good food. The hearty stew, the prime roast, all of that. You're gonna need a bunch of it. They were fighting. I hadn't seen that yet. That's cool. What's nice about this mine as well is you can typically navigate without chopping like you had to in the other one. Be prepared to take some hits too down here. Oh, another one? We will, of course, come back down here with the advanced traps and catch a few to see what we're missing, see what they're worth, etc. We're going to start heading back. We're going to call this video at the 15-minute mark, even if we're not entirely out of the deep mine. I'm really enjoying showcasing mainly the items here. Oh, and of course, as many keys as you can muster. That's another big piece. So, as you can see, this one's different. This is one of the emerald mines, emerald rooms. So this is typically a lot like this. Oh my gosh, these things are crazy. But then you'll have emeralds in here. We're not going to loot the whole thing. Then you can, of course, break these down for emerald shards, and you will need a lot of emerald shards for the in-game crafting. There's some really cool new stuff. We'll take that one too, since we already opened the door. That. Alright, let's keep heading back. So that's how you get a lot of emeralds. There's between 5 and 7 emeralds in those rooms, so. Now the big plants that spit at you, they can actually move too. So if you stay in their aggro range, they will follow and latch onto you. If you did not know that. Alright, this is a key room. We took the wrong door in though. These things don't really hurt. They're like the new version of the bat. If you don't kill their nest, they will just spawn and spawn. Oh, no, we have been here. Which means we came in this way. Rip. Okay. So that's the confusing part as well. There's a lot of doors. I'm probably going to have to start marking them. So that's a good thing to realize as well. I never really had to mark in the first level, but this one seems a little more confusing with the multiple keys, etc. The multiple ways in. Like, there's always a front and a back door for stuff like that. Oh, and the leaf glider, the glider I'm using now, does also come from down here. Okay. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, there's a great spot to call this, I do believe. There will be more stuff discussed and talked about here soon. But on that note, we are going to call it. We're going to go topside and keep on working towards a few other guides and videos, but that's just a good, quick showcase of the deep mine. There's a lot more that goes on down here on the second tier, but that is absolutely a perfect spot to call it. Y'all take care. Please like, subscribe, and enjoy Dinkum.